Welcome YouTube Massive, Sanjay Uchiha here. So welcome back to the channel where today we'll be having another Boruto discussion leading up to the events of Boruto manga chapter 38. Of course, if you're a fan of Boruto and Naruto by extension, be sure to rate, comment, subscribe. I do a lot of discussions and all the works. But anyway, let's get into today's video. So with Boruto manga chapter 37, now of course by extension this video will contain spoilers for anime only watchers or those who haven't caught up or even read Boruto manga chapter 37, so fair warning. So yeah, with the events of Boruto manga chapter 37, we have Naruto and Sasuke going up against Jigen, but the question still remains, what's going to happen after this fight? Now, I've already made some speculation in terms of how the fight will end, but the key thing that one has to ask is what role would the new generation and how this fight will actually affect them going forward. Now, I know a lot of people, including myself, care probably to some degree, but mostly about the old generation for the most part. We want to see what's going on with Naruto, Sasuke, Sakura, Rock Lee, for all of those that commented recently, you know, just talking about Rock Lee coming back into the series and, you know, getting his chance to shine, unlike what he got in Naruto Shippuden specifically. So shout out to you guys there. Of course, shout out to all the new subs as well. But yeah, no matter how you slice and dice it, and no matter how much we care about the old generation, the fact still remains that Boruto is the name of the character. He's the character on the title card, basically, and by extension, he's a representation of the fact that not only him, but him and the new generation are going to be the ones to carry the show at some point. But the question is when, because I haven't watched episode 121 as of this recording just yet. I probably should. Soon. Hopefully before 122 drops. But the point is, with 121 episodes in and 37 monthly chapters, so that's over 3 years in, we're still not at the point where we can say that, you know, the new characters are really carrying the weight of the series for the most part. And it's not a good look, but I mean, with the setup of how things are, it's to be expected. I mean, we had 700 chapters of Naruto, and it's not like we had some crazy break between Naruto and the Boruto material to say, you know, okay, we're going to be invested in these new characters. And to that degree, the new characters are kind of, not all of them. Characters like Mitsuki and Sarada are great, but for the most part, most of them seem bland, don't really have any goal, and I think that's what this fight between Naruto and Sasuke and Jigen is going to start setting the foundations for going forward. I've mentioned it in a few videos, well, probably only 2 or 3 at this point, that, you know, the fight between Naruto and Jigen, when I thought was just going to be Naruto and Jigen, was going to influence more than just, you know, Konoha, or at least the immediate characters that are involved. Is going to influence the new generation. And now with Sasuke involved as well, even more emphasis is placed on that. Similarly to how after the mission to rescue Sasuke in part 1 of Naruto, the characters were inspired to train and all that, I expect it's going to be the same kind of effect by the end of this fight. Or if it's even not the same effect, the initial foundation of the transition for things to actually go in that direction is actually going to, you know, is going to start essentially. And that's what I'm looking forward to, because I mean, even though there's no real problem in focusing on like a particular set of characters, but to me, if you have such a wide variety of cast of characters and a decent portion, at least like say 50 to 60% of them are kind of like cast to the wayside, to me it kind of takes away from the story, you know, to a degree, or at least it takes away from what the series could have potentially have become essentially. And that's one thing. That's one thing I'd say about Naruto Shippuden, our part 2 of the manga, where things kind of delved more into, you know, the Naruto and Sasuke show and the Uchiha show essentially, with a lot of the characters that we grew to love in part 1, like Neji and Lee and all those guys, they were cast to the wayside. So I just think if with this whole old generation versus new generation argument, if there isn't something to actually inspire the new characters sooner than later, then the series could still be great, but if they find a way to actually balance and bring out the new characters, then it could be even something totally amazing, is what I'm saying. So that's just one way to look at it. And as a lot of you guys have said, it's just a case where a lot of these characters are bland, they don't really have any goals and all that. By the end of this fight with Jigen, I hope things change. And by right, it should change if I'm, you know, predicting things properly. Of course, I don't have any concrete confirmation that after this fight with Jigen, that Boruto is going to become this great main character and all that jazz and blues, and you know, all these new generation of the Konoha. Well, it's not really Konoha 11, is it? But you know what I mean, like characters like Denki and Sumeri and all these characters are gonna become like amazing draws, or you know, factors or things that we're invested in where the story of Boruto is concerned. But at least if we can get a start of some sort of transition into things becoming like that, then that's what we need. That's what we need for the story. And it doesn't really matter how much you guys really like hate Boruto. I mean, at this point he's not really a bad character, I'd say, but the fact is, yeah, we care more about Naruto, Sasuke, Sakura, all those old characters. But by the end of this fight, all I'm saying, things need to change. It should change. And just seeing that, well, I would imagine from the writer's perspective that, you know, trying to write these characters in universe, seeing things through the eyes of Boruto and Sarada and Mitsuki, they'd probably see that they need to step up and just, you know, become better characters, motivated. Essentially, this fight is going to give them a goal, the end of this fight. So I'm hoping that's the case. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. Rate, comment, subscribe. Of course, I did a small video on Demon Slayer a few days ago. I plan to do like an updated video regarding Demon Slayer after I catch up. I'm on episode 11, so look out for that. It's going to be more lengthy, probably about 10 minutes or so, just kind of going over everything about what makes Demon Slayer so great, because I've been really enjoying that series so far. But yeah, that's all I have for this one. Sanjuichi, I hope you guys are having a great day. Shout out to the new subs. But yeah, see you guys in the next one.